We have been discussing the features of Indian Constitution from the preamble to the written Constitution and sharing of powers and various elements of Constitution and the various elements of the democracy and other things. Now, we are moving on to the understanding of federation versus the union. If you look at the Constitution, you will have all elements of federation there, be it the Supreme Court, the court system, or about the polity and division of powers between the center and the states. There is also independent judiciary. We have the Supreme Court that arbitrates the dispute between the center and the state, and we have everything that requires for a federation. But India believes in the union form of government. Ambedkar was very particular in to have a union form of government instead of a federal form of government, because federal has its own merits and demerits and the union have its own merits and demerits. In the Indian Federation, the center is too strong as compared to other states. If you look at Federal Republic of Germany or US and other thing, they will have they do not have such a strong union government, whereas India, we are very particular to have very strong center. The center has more financial powers, we have the more administrative powers. Though the powers are distributed between the union and the state, in times of emergency, particularly when there is a threat from outside, then India form into one country. The entire lawmaking, distribution of powers, administration, that goes to the center. So, India becomes union only when there is a emergency brought into the country from outside. So, India is both federal as well as union, but we believe in the union system and we love that. And the next aspect we are going to discuss about is the directive principles of state policy. Directive principles of state policy is one of the finest area of the document. Every phase is very important and every phase is very finest document, no doubt about that. But even then, directive principles is the one that has the vision and dream and lot of ambitions of the citizen of the country. In part 4 of the Constitution, directive principles of state policy are explained from Article 36 to Article 51. There are 23 directive principles. Earlier it was only 20, then 3 were added. We have a huge list of directive principles. The objectives of the directive principles is to embody the concept of welfare state. The directive principles have been held to supplement fundamental rights to achieve the ideals of welfare state. We want to set up a welfare state only, not a capitalist form of government. We want to have a socialist welfare state. So, the directive principles of state policy deals with the social, economic and cultural rights given to the public. And I will tell you a couple of directive principles, because it is a huge list that we can read it from the book. There should not be a concentration of wealth and means of production to the detrimental to the common man. Production and the distribution of wealth should not affect the common man, and there should not be huge disparity between the possession of people who haves and have nots. And another directive principle is there should be equal pay for equal work for both men and women. There cannot be any kind of discrimination between in the name of gender, caste or religion or other thing. So, workers should be paid adequate wage on par with any international standards that we want to pay our workers. Particularly the government of India has developed the minimum pay scale for even the unskilled laborers, that we want to have a minimum scale pay scales. These are all being given there, and weaker section of the people, be it scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, or people should be given special care. That is one of the vision of the government that has been very clearly spelled out in the DSPs, the directive principles of state policy. It has been very clearly spelled out. The states should promote respect for international law and international peace. We want to be part of the international governments, that we want to associate with them, we want to share with them. So, to maintain the harmony and peace, that we want to have that. So, we move on to another feature of the Constitution, that is independent and integrated judiciary. We can very well vouch for that the last 70 years that Government of India has never interfered into the judiciary of the system. The Indian judiciary is an independent and impartial one. It is extremely difficult to remove any judge in the Supreme Court, particularly in Supreme Court we can remove them only through impeachment. And judicial review, we got the idea from actually United States of America, where they have the idea of reviewing the enactment of law. Even the judiciary can set aside a law just because that is not in part with or in tune with the principles of the Constitution. The judiciary can declare a law passed by the union or state government as unconstitutional or null and void when it violates the rights guaranteed under the fundamental rights to the people of India. And we move on to the another very important area that we can proud of is that universal franchise, where even the developed countries were hesitant to give franchise to every citizen of the country. Initially we authorized and we permitted people who have above 21 years to go for voting, but later we even reduced it to the level of 18 years. Now from day one that India has authorized to have universal franchise. Anybody who has completed 18 years of age is eligible to vote in general elections in the country. And another significant aspect is secularism. India is a country of several religions and individual has a fundamental preference any religion he likes or she likes. India there is no state religion. We saw it in the preamble itself that India has no religion at all. Indian state cannot have a religion, whereas Indian people can practice whatever they believe in. It does not patronize any religion. We do not patronize any kind of religion and we do not discriminate any religion also. That is why that we have huge number of minorities where they have been faith in the system, they have been happily living in the country, that because of the guarantees given in the constitution. Another important point is about single citizenship. India that we have given only a single citizenship, not as I already said that in America that you can have two citizenship. You can have one in state, other one at the level of the federal structure. But in India we have only one citizenship, that is only in the state where we have been living. Single citizenship is meant to strengthen national unity and national integration. We want to have it. We can also think about actually the framers thought about having two citizenship, but that will be detrimental to the union, integration and unity of the country. So, we thought of have that. So, the constitution has permitted only to have single citizenship.